The HP Outdoors Waterfowl podcast is fueled by Eukanuba. If you want to get the most of your dog in your training sessions, you need nutrition that holds nothing back. Eukanuba's new premium performance lineup is built with the nutrients dogs need to help unleash their max potential. That starts with providing energy that matches their efforts, supporting optimal nutrient delivery, and supporting post-exercise recovery. Check out the new Eukanuba premium performance lineup and find your dog's fuel at eukanubasportingdogs.com. You are listening to the HP Outdoors Waterfowl Podcast. The HP Outdoors Waterfowl Podcast is powered by Cornerstone Gun Dog Academy. CGA is the world's most comprehensive online gun dog training resource. They've got over 160 instructional videos that includes everything you need to take your 7-week-old puppy to a finished gun dog. Visit cornerstonegundogacademy.com to sign up for the free preview module and begin your training journey today. Cornerstone Gun Dog Academy, the most advanced gun dog training resource on the web. Gunner kennels are engineered for your dog, designed for travel, and built for your peace of mind. The G1 kennel has set a new industry standard and put Gunner in a category all its own. They were started to protect your pet, and it continues to be at the center of everything that they do. Gunner's dedicated to building the best and safest pet travel crate on the market because man's best friend deserves man's best kennel. Check out their G1 series of kennels and accessories at gunner.com. All right, welcome back to the Foundations of Waterfowl Hunting course brought to you by HP Outdoors. This is Module 4, Lesson 9. We're going to talk a little bit about calling ducks. And I stress we're going to talk a little bit about this because it's a really big topic with lots and lots and lots to cover that we just certainly don't have the time to do in depth here. But in general, we'll hit some very highlights here for a new hunter, right? And the thing I will say about that I would recommend for a new hunter is keep it basic. It's easy to look up YouTube videos of guys doing just a meat competition or Main Street just ripping on these calls. And while that sounds cool and that is mastery of the call, that is not what you need to simply kill ducks, right? If you can be somewhat proficient at quacks, feeding chuckle, cut a little bit here or there, I think, that's enough to be very successful in the field. I think the other thing I would say is, in certain hunting circumstances, don't be afraid to give the call some volume to get a bird's attention. Sometimes you basically need to be saying to the bird, like, hey, come over here, like through a duck call, right? But like, if you're just very quiet, very passive on your calling, the birds will at times not be responsive to that. So don't be afraid if what you're trying is not working, to be a little more aggressive and give them some of that volume and some sort of that,
some of the nasty.
Yeah, that's right.
I will say there, if you want to get really in depth, go back to the Trevor Shanahan episode we had. I'm not sure the number, but you can search that pretty easy. One thing, when you were talking about getting louder on the call, when birds are on a turn or they're starting to go away, so many migrators today that, we were working and there was something a little bit off that we couldn't finish them. But every time that they're going on a swing, you hit them on the turns a little bit louder, and we had them swinging all day. So, definitely that's a time that you could add some volume, just like you said. So something else effective, like the 6-in-1 whistle, like if you're dealing with teal, wood ducks, and you learn how to make those sounds, that's something that is very, very helpful. You can get the mallard groan in there, and sometimes that's all it takes. And that's actually my go-to lately is just the little Drake Mallard sound. If you are hunting public areas, sometimes the best thing to do is not make a sound at all. There's even, I had my kids out not too long ago. They're messing around outside the blind. I'm not calling, and I have ducks working me better than when I was calling. So just depending where you're at, if it's highly pressured, sometimes being quiet and, going outside of what you normally see, not doing the hail calls, not getting loud, not having a spinner. Sometimes that's key to a successful hunt.
Yeah, I will absolutely agree with you on using calling sparingly in high pressured public areas, and sometimes not even at all. I've seen birds that are just educated will avoid calls because they're just hip to the game at that point. So definitely, if you've got a guy hunting a couple hundred yards away from you that is just running the call hot, probably best to just put yours in your pocket and try to get birds that are going to work you without any calls, because I don't think they're going to be very responsive in those types of situations. So
no, and we've talked about this before. Where we grew up is hunted hard. The public, Pymatuning Lake is hunted hard. There's fields on a propagation area that you can hunt, and it's just these long cornfields with blinds set up. You have to draw the blinds, and you can literally watch the birds zigzag in and out away from these blinds as they come up and down the fields. They know where they're at. If you're running the same spread and doing the same calls as everyone else, they literally go right around you. So, be a little different, maybe even a lesser spread, just a few birds out there, no calling. Sometimes that'll get it done.
No doubt. And that's kind of the riddle here, right? Solving it however you have to. So the other thing I'll say is, if you're looking to learn to call ducks, there are certainly a ton of resources out there on YouTube and places to look where you can get quality content, quality guidance on how to blow calls and how to learn different notes and things like that. So great things to do while you're in the truck if you're driving places and you got some time to kill. Great time to work on the duck calling skill set. All right, that does it for lesson 9. We're going to go ahead and jump to lesson 10, where we'll touch on calling geese. That's going to do it for this episode of the HP Outdoors Waterfowl Podcast. If you're new to the show, head over to iTunes, check out some of our past episodes, and while you're there, leave us a 5-star rating and review. It's the best way for like-minded hunters just like you to find our show. Check us out on social media. Check us out over at hpoutdoors.com and anywhere you can find quality podcast content. That's going to do it for this week. Till next time, for Dan, I'm Josh. Take care.